Hey YouTube, welcome back for another deck tech sideboard guide, whatever you want to call it. All right, this time we're doing a mono blue, I call it snow blue, but mono blue snow deck. And before we get into the deck tech, thank you everyone for subscribing. It's helped me out a lot, and you guys gave me some advice in the comments as well, and some feedback and whatnot. So I appreciate everything for all you people watching and subscribing like that. And it gives me good feedback for sure. But if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying these videos, these deck tags, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to grow the channel, get some feedback, understanding of what I can do to make it better and whatnot. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get into this deck tag. All right, so this is called snow blue, mono blue, whatever you want to call it. I call it snow blue because it's pretty much a bunch of snow cards. And so, yeah, so this is what it does. All right, so it runs. So we run 4 of these and 4 of these. These help filter through the snow cards. And actually, this is, let me see. I guess it's kind of an expensive deck. There's a lot of rares in it and mythics. Okay. So this filters through the snow cards, helps you grab a lot of snow stuff because we have what, 4, 8, 9, 4, 8, 9, 10, and another 6. So we have 36 of the 60 cards are snow cards. So this should theoretically hit often, but you never know. And then we have 4 of these because these, since you're kind of it's a blue control deck, and if when you're not doing anything with your mana, then you can throw your mana into this Ascendant Spirit, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and it's a win condition. And then when it becomes a 6/6, creature, it draws you cards, and it's a 4-turn clock. So we're running 4 of those, and it's a 1-drop. So like this deck doesn't do anything on turn 1 or with 1 mana. So these 2 spots actually work pretty well for the deck. Then we have 2 Essence Scatters and 2 Into the Royals. Essence Scatters obviously to counter the creatures, only 2 of those. And since we're a mono blue deck, it's kind of hard to get rid of certain things. And that's why there's 2 Into the Royals here. So we could bounce anything that's kind of problematic against us. 4 Brazen kind of fits in that same spot, but as well as being a threat, it could return any non-land permanent, and then it could be flashed in to attack. So it fits in the same spot. That's why we're only running 2 Into the Royals, but 4 the Brazen Borrowers, because this can be a threat. Obviously, this can't draw you a card. This can, but we rather have the threat because of the Epiphanies. 4 counterspells, obviously saw it coming as a strong foretold counterspell. It's one of the cards that most people are playing right now as a counterspell. Neutralize kind of fizzled a little bit. Obviously, Neutralize has its own effect with the cycle, but it's one of those things where it's 2 mana versus 3 mana. So, but it fits well in this deck. That's why we're running it. Or Behold, this is their draw mechanic. Same with Gravelord. This costs us, obviously if we could foretell it early in the game, and then somewhere down the line we play 2 mana and draw, 2 cards, scry 2, draw 2. Gravelord fits pretty well in this deck because all our lands are snow lands. So we get to scry 5 and then draw 3 cards off it. So that's what the purpose of this is. 4 Shark Typhoons. This is our win condition. This is our main win condition right here. So theoretically, you would like to hard cast this and then start playing cards and then doing it. But you can even cast this as, say, a 3/3 or 4/4 and then start playing Epiphanies and just win the game that way. You get another turn, hit him. So you hit him for 3, then you hit him for 5, and then you hit him for 7. It's an easy way to win. So that's why Shark Typhoon's in there. It's a great card against control decks, against rogue decks, So this, and then 4 Epiphanies is so we could take multiple turns and just win the game off like that. But yeah, this is kind of a interesting deck. Not really sure how well it does, just because mono blue doesn't have answers to a lot of cards. So I would consider this deck, prior to playing it, I would consider this deck maybe, I would say like a fringe kind of fun competitive deck, maybe a tier 1.5 or tier 2 deck. I don't know if it can beat some of the more aggressive decks, but I don't know. We have to try it and test it out, And maybe it could be very well against control. Maybe it could be very well against aggro. Who knows? We have ways to combat everything, so we'll see. All right, sideboard wise, 1 stroke against the control decks is pretty good. I mean, we don't want to put too many in here just because control is kind of, it looks like this week control is kind of dying down. It's going more towards aggro, so that's why we have 1 in those. And this, which leads into Essence Scatters. If there's a lot of the creature decks that we're expecting, Essence Scatter is good here. Glimpses there against the rogue decks. Same also against control because you can use it to draw cards, you know. So we cut it down to, so we have two Mystic sub duels and one miss, because so this one -2 and they lose abilities. This one is -3. They both have flash. So it comes down to, and they're both 2 mana costs. It comes down to, like, if you're playing against, say, the Hollow Blade, obviously this is better because it's a -3, so they're doing 0 damage. Whereas if you do this on the Hollow Blade, obviously it loses its ability, but it could still hit you for 1. So we're trimming it to 2-1 just to see how it works. This might be better, this might be better, who knows? Because this one they don't lose their abilities, this one they do. This one you sacrifice 1 point, this one, you know what I mean? So it comes down. Negate against the control decks. Enraptured is also against the aggro decks because you drop this for 3 mana, you create a 2/3 and a 3/2. Obviously, it doesn't untap if you control a reflection, so whatever when it creates the 3/2, this guy will never untap, but you use the 3/2 as a chump blocker, and then once the chump blocker dies, this guy will untap, and then you can use this guy as a blocker. So that's why it's against the aggro decks. It pretty much creates a 5/5 body in a sense, you know, 2 different creatures, but a 5/5 body for 3 mana. And then we play one of these Morpheus cards, whatever. It's because it costs 3 mana, but the creature becomes 0/3. And so that's where we're mixing it up a little bit. You know, we have one of this, we have one of this, we have 2 of this. You can easily cut this since it costs 3 mana and do 2/2 if you want, or 3/1, or just do 4/4. It's up to you. And then Mystical Dispute against rogues and control decks. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see if this deck works well. Obviously, Epiphany and Shark Typhoons are very powerful cards. So let's go and see what happens in the matches. All right, let's give this deck a try. We're trying a snow, mono blue snow deck. Let's see what happens. Fast Riff the Unicorn. Fast Riff the Unicorn. All right. Let's see. We have 2 lands. I'm on the draw, bounce spell, counter, and draw spell with Shark Typhoons. Ugh. Okay. Well, we're playing against red. Now this hand's not that great. Let's see what our opponent does, though. Okay, robber. Hit our land, okay. Gravenlore. So I'm probably just gonna bounce when he goes into combat, just bounce the robber. So he's in combat, so just bounce the robber here. And then just take 1. And then we have land 3 to counter the next possible card, or Shark Typhoon into a 1/1, whatever. Rimrock. Oh no, he messed up. He messed up. He played Rimrock on it after. He forgot about so okay, so our opponent forgot about first strike, that's why. He forgot completely about first strike there. Countering this. Because first strike always goes first, so yeah. Okay. I guess we cast this. Do I want to be just make a 2/3, yeah. He currently can't kill it with the snow card. With frostbite. He's attacking, like he clearly has frostbite. Okay. So we can make this into a 4/4. And then we can block. We could trade with something, I guess, because of frostbite. Or we could, no, we could kill champion and trade with Rimrock with their frostbite currently, because they only have 2 snows in play, so that means they can only do 2 damage with frostbite. Well, there's the 3rd snow, so now he can kill it. Okay, now he can kill it. All right, let's do the frostbite. Yep. So we gotta pump it, I guess, just so it doesn't die off frostbite. Oh, no, I shouldn't have. Well, never mind. I forgot about the first strike. He forgot about the first strike. I forgot about the first strike now. I should have just behold the multiverse there then instead. Okay, well, that was a punt on my end. Shark Typhoon for one. So we could Shark Typhoon for one and bounce. We have a blocker and a bounce effect here. Block the Rimrock. And then we possibly have Into the Royal if we want to play Into the Royal here. Embercleave. Alright, whatever you're going to put it on, we'll bounce, I guess. We'll bounce the Embercleave back. So that way we could trade with the Rimrock. I don't want the Embercleave in play currently. 6 mana. I can make a 4/4, but he currently can't play Embercleave, and I can make a 4/4. Annex, that's fine. Alright, let's play Graven Lore, Scry X, and Draw X. Hmm. 6. So I need the Epiphany, because that's going to be our 7th mana. Don't think we want the lands. Question mark is on the Behold, since I already have one. Do I want another one? Alright, we'll just keep it. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's another land. That was 4 lands there, huh? So 5, 6, 7. We have to play this to just draw another. Yep, just have to take the extra turn. 6, 7, 8. Is Embercleave. I think I have to play. So we need Counterspell, Brazen, Into the Royal. No attacks. Trying to see if there's anything I could get that I could cast during the main phase. There isn't. So we're literally looking for Brazen, Into the Royal, or Counterspell. Let's see. I foretold this just because it could Torbrad. Ugh. That's kind of worse than Embercleave. I mean, I can chump, take 3, and I can look at the top 8 cards or cycle and make a 4/4. So if I cycle and make a 4/4, I can eat one of the creatures. So, all right. Chomp, and then on that. So we're taking what? 1 damage? No, 3 damage because of Torbrand, right? 3 damage because it's oh, you can do that, I guess. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to kill the Annex, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered because he's the Torbrand's the problem here. Torbrand is the problem here. All right, nope. 2 lands. One of them I could, because I haven't played a land. Oh, there's Brazen. Okay. So now we can bounce, let's see, 5, 6, 7. We can bounce Torbrand, bring us this to 5. Let's cast this then, and we can hold up 5, 6. We'll have 4 mana. Frostbite. Okay, that's fine. We could remove the Torbrand, which will then remove 3 power off Annex. Okay, so we'll take 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Okay, now we just counter this. All right, we're at 3. It's 8, 9, 10 mana. 10 mana. He's gonna. Torbrand is the problem. Torbrand is the problem because even if we hardcast Shark Typhoon and Behold, we create a dude to block Annex, but we take 6 from the tokens. So I have to start digging here. Brazen, yeah, I'll keep them both. This is the chump blocker against Annex, and then the Brazen is the bounce against the Torbrand. I'm not dead. Am I just dead now? No, not yet. I am currently not dead. Bounce the Annex. I could cycle Shark for a 1/1. He has another Embercleave. Okay, well that's just game then. Never mind. That's just game. Embercleave number 2. Okay, so let's see. What do we have against this? -2, -0. So bring me those in. I think that's all we bring. Because Stroke is not great. Glimpse is not going to work here. Negate, Dispute are not great. I'm not trying to play another 5 mana instant speed draw effect. A 5 mana flash is not going to work. Okay, I'm gonna have to if we're gonna be playing against a lot more aggro, I'm gonna have to adjust this. So the sideboard was against control because the soul type control was kind of all over the place, but we're gonna have to readjust. All right, so let's see. Dun, 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 cut epiphanies. Okay. Let's just see what happens. Sideboard is I mean obviously I have the sideboard against control. All right. We have 3 lands. Yep, we'll keep. We have a bounce spell, counter spell, and the mystical subdual. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, Charger. Behold, we're gonna foretold this because we don't want to do a -2, -0 on a 1 drop or on a 1/1. Rolling Vortex, that's fine. Okay. All right. So we get I guess we can negate the Fireblade Charger's effect, right? Because it loses all abilities, so even the die trigger. We'll take 1. We're gonna hold up either Counterspell or Behold the Multiverse here. Okay, Behold the Multiverse it is then. Bone Crusher. Into the Royal is fine. The land gets me closer to Shark Typhoon is the reason. Well, I guess. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I guess we just pass. We could play Into the Royal on something if we need to. We could play Brazen / Mystic Subdual or play Counterspell. We have a lot of plays here we could do with 4 mana. Taking 1 again. Make a 2/2 now. Or yeah, let's make a 2/2 now. Let's see what we draw. I guess yeah, I'm assuming he has some way to kill this. Yeah, he has Frostbite, sure. That's why I was debating on also maybe playing Into the Royal and the Vortex and then waiting to make it into a 3/3 instead, but let's see, we have the Rolling Vortex possibly might get, so let's use this, take no damage. I guess I should have put this on this a while back ago, but it wasn't a problem a while back ago. Now, the fact that he just keeps doing damage with it could be a problem. All right, counter this. Go to 9. Okay. So 5, 6. We have 5 mana. We could make it into a 4/4. All right, now we have a 4/4 to deal with, or opponent has a 4/4 to deal with. Not sure they can deal with the. I guess they could have a frostbite here then. I mean, I have to block. Otherwise, he's just going to keep the robber alive. Yep. It's fine. Okay, Shark Typhoon. I think we just hard cast Shark Typhoon because he only has one card in his hand. So we're at 8. I mean, I don't think we're going to die with him having one card in his hand. Sure. So we have 7 mana. I need a land so I can play. Okay, Brazen Land. I'll take them both. Right? No, I don't think it. No, yeah, no. Because ugh, that's tough. Actually, maybe I should have kept Brazen, but I don't think I need the second one. All right, so if he attacks, obviously a chump block. What you got, opponent? What you got? Why are you pausing on me? All right, into the royal kick. Remove this rolling vortex. Make a 2/2. Make him recast this. Ooh, another hard cast Shark Typhoon? That's 9 mana, yeah. Let's create a 6/6. We can attack with the 2/2 now, because the 6/6 protects us. Yep, there we go. There we go. Shark Typhoons. Shark Typhoons. I'm not changing anything. We're running it back. We're running it back. Not changing anything. Fast Riff the Unicorn. Mono red versus mono blue. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got, opponent? All right. While we wait for our opponent. All right, let's see. We have Essence Scatter. We have 2 creatures and lands. I guess we have to keep. We have the early creatures to possibly deal with his creatures, and we have Essence Scatter. So the Ascendant Spirit won't do anything because it's a 1/1, so Champion just goes right through it. At least the Frost Augur can kill this, or you can just have Bone Crusher, I guess. That's fine. But that's also fine because now we can just hold up Essence Scatter and we're only taking 1. We have to wait till we hit 3 mana to do that, really. Robber the Rich, yeah, we're countering this. 100% countering this. Wait, what the heck's going on? It's lagging. It's lagging. Okay. Take 1. Rimrock. Yep. Take 3. All right. Now we can cast this and hold up Essence Scatter, or use the effect. Either way. Either way, we can do one or the other. Robber the Rich. Do I want to bounce it or do I want to scatter this? I'm just going to scatter, I guess. Maybe I should just bounce it. You can get some free attack here. And then, yeah, I don't know. That's tough to say. Faceless Haven, you're up, opponent. Let's see what you got. I mean, so it's 3 cards to 3 cards. Well, technically, he has 5 cards. He has 2 adventure cards. So it's 3 cards to 5 cards. We're at 14. So we haven't taken that much damage yet. That's fine. All right, so we can use the effect. Make it this. Do I brazen the champion? Guess. Maybe I was supposed to just Shark Typhoon into a 2/2 instead? I think I was supposed to Shark Typhoon into a 2/2 maybe instead. Well, at least this trades with the Bone Crusher. And I did it now while he was tapped out because then he can use Frostbite on it. So, Torbrand, okay. Torbanarino. So we have to trade with Bone Crusher, otherwise we're taking 6. We are not into the game of taking 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6. If he attacks with Torbrand, we have Shark Typhoon to trade. Okay, champion. If he attacks with champion, if he's attacking with champion, he must have, right? That means he has to have something, right? Well, like why attack Frostauger? So do I take 3 here? Do I take L3? I mean, I'm looking for another Brazen, I guess, like a bounce Torrent in combat. I could block here. It does first strike. Yeah, the first strike 3 damage would probably be bad. What you got? Yep. Then that would have just been, yeah, first strike the whole, okay. All right. Oh, there we go. Brazen. That was a good draw. I'll take it. Now we can do combat tricks. Since he uses Rimrock, we can block the champion with the Frostauger, and then the 3-1 with the Shark Typhoon, bounce. Oh, interesting. All right. So bounce this Torbrand. And let's block this. No Torbrand effect here. We'll cast this, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Rimrock. Land galore. Let's activate. What's on top? Ooh, okay. Would have been nice to draw that and then use the effect to hit the land, but okay, it's fine. So Brazen can't block, so let's hit for 3. Let's hit for 3. If we don't die here, I think we could win. Oh, he's attacking with everything though. I have to block. I have to animate this to block. Otherwise, I could have won if he didn't attack with everything, but okay. So block Torbrand, block this, and take 3. We're at 6, but we got a Torbrand off the field. so much for getting a Torbrand off the field. All right, well, we get to hit you for, what is this, 6? I get to bring you down to 11. Another land. Animate Faceless Haven. He's forced to block it with the Torbrand. Otherwise, that's 3, 6, 7, 8. That'd be 12 damage. So Faceless Haven, he has to block the Faceless Haven. So 3, 6, 10. Okay. Combat. Yep. Okay. He had to block. All right. Nice. All right. Let's give this blue snow deck a try on the ladder. Myth or diamond ladder. Okay. Rehab. Let's see how you do blue. Oh no, it's not devotion deck. Blue snow. Blue snow. All right, so we have lands. We have a spirit. We have Shark Typhoon. Opponent goes first. We'll keep turn 1, turn 2 Epiphany, turn 3 Shark Typhoon. Sure. Temple of Malady. So some green black deck. Jund, maybe there's red for Jund, or is it just black green? Huh. Well, Fable Passage doesn't give, okay. Like, Fable Passage doesn't give anything away. Should I hold up Essence? I'm gonna hold up Essence Scatter. Because I don't know what he's running, so I don't know what to run into, and I'd rather just counter a creature possibly here. And I could always foretold Epiphany turn 4 and hold up scatter as well. Because I mean, I'm not casting Epiphany until turn 6 anyways, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so now see, you can Epiphany this and hold up Essence Scatter. Looks like he's just some kind of black-green control deck or something. Hmm. Well, Vivian was not a good one for us to see. Because now that Essence Scatter doesn't just does nothing, huh? Saw it coming. One turn too late. One turn too late, my friend. Alright, what am I doing here? Guess I'm just gonna foretold this and hold up. Scattered, saw it coming. I can take a churn off next turn with card casting Shark Typhoon. Chevelle. Okay. Is this a Death Touch deck? So many lands. All right. We're playing this because we have Epiphany. As long as they don't have Binding of the Gods, I think we're in great shape. Well, not great shape, but because they have a Vivian in play, but would be in better shape, I should say. I feel like their hand is just a bunch of removal anyways. So, but I don't know. Because they're Liliana too. So it's like a black green mid range control deck, something like that, with Liliana, Vivian, Chevelle. Yeah, Soul Shatter. Ooh, another one. That's good. Alright, let's make a 7. What is the 7/7 here? That's a really good draw. I mean, a really, really good draw. Okay, now we just play the other one again. Okay, I can attack, reach, vigilance. So I can't attack with the 1/1s. So I can send 7/7 at Vivian, force him to jump block, and then we play the other Epiphany. I don't want to play the Epiphany prior to it because I want him to kind of chump block here. So that way when we play the Epiphany post combat, then we can use it to kill both of the Planeswalkers. And we have 18 power on board, so he's almost dead. Okay, wait a sec. Never mind. Never mind. Let's see. We can kill both Planeswalkers. We bounce the Vigilance card, animate the land, kill both Planeswalkers. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So bounce the token, create a 2/2, animate the land, combat, and we can also hold up the counter spell actually too. So 1, 5, 7, and then 3 to him. And then since Faceless Haven has Vigilance, we can hold up Saw It Coming. Chevelle, put a counter on something, probably the 2/2 since it could block. Yep. Take 4. I'll take 4. Okay. Combat. Take 7. We can do every card in our hand. We can do we'll counter that. No drawing for you right now, opponent. And it creates me a 2/2, so that's why. Yep. Alright, we got game 1. So he's like green black, mid-range, walkers, control, something like that. I think it's a control deck. Green black, but with a bunch of removal with Chevelle, I guess. Alright, let's see. What are we bringing in here? They don't run counter. They're not an aggro. So Epiphany's probably just good anyways. Since they're not aggro or counterspell heavy. They have, I'm assuming they run a lot of removal, so Frostfire Augur is not that great. 2 negates. I think that's looks fine. Because we only saw like Planeswalker, Chevelle, and Visionary. So the stroke negate would seem to be good in this matchup. But you never know. You never know. Dun, 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 dun. We have a 1-drop, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 effect. Oh, and a negate. That's pretty good. So we could turn 2 either Brazen or activate Spirit's effect. We have a couple of decisions. Duress, I guess their goals are Behold. Yep. Behold the multiverse. You have gone away. Go hold up negate. 2 damage versus 1 damage. At this point, it's not going to matter. I'd rather hold up negate just to be safe. Visionary, that's fine. That we could just pump it, I guess. That 1 point of damage is not going to matter. I'd rather hold up a counter spell just to be safe. We can attack here. Once again, I'm going to hold up Brazen Borrower and negate just in case. An extra 2 points of damage is not going to matter in this matchup right now. Ooh, okay. So just bounce it back. Right? I can pump it. Because it's 3 mana versus 2. Disdainful Stroke. Alright, so now I could just bounce it back, hit you for 4. So it's like it's green black Turgid control. Green black Turgid control. If he wants to bring Wilt, okay. If he wants to bring Turgid back out, we got stroking against it. We could also brazen it. Doesn't matter. I guess he lost game 1 to might as well negate it because he's gonna discard it and see more information. Might as well negate it. I guess he brought in Wilt because of the Shark Typhoon. So, what are the odds he has Eliminate? We're going to go for it. Because he can't hard attack it. So, let's just do this. And I want to draw cards. So, I want to draw cards. Ooh, okay, so that's game. He's just conceding the match then. Good game, opponent. Well, we did it off just the spirit then, huh? All right, let's see. We're gonna try this deck. Uno más. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're playing against too. Hey, Hayate. Hayate. All right, let's see. We're on the play. Snow Blue. I mean, I guess I'd keep. I have 2 1-drops. I go foretell something. Shark Typhoon, 2 lands. Yeah, seems okay. Let's see what our opponent is on though. Hayate. I think I'm gonna lead with the Frost Augur here because the Frost Augur can grab us cards and we can still play the Ascendant. And the Ascent, Oh no. I set it too late. Set the upkeep stop too late. Otherwise I would have hit. I would have hit, man. Now I'm probably just gonna miss. Okay, Skyclave Shade. See, I missed. I would have hit. Alright, no attacks. Go ahead. We can hold up the counter spell here, even cycle Shark Typhoon, activate Frost Augur. We have a lot of things we could do here. Vessel, interesting. So it's Rakdos, but Vessel. Skyclave Shade, sure. So we can activate Augur here and use the Spirit. So we're taking 3. So activate. Nope. That kind of sucks. Because I need a land. Do I want to make this to a 4/4? I can't. Gotta hold up Counterspell here. Just to be safe, I have to hold up Counterspell. Could have been a card deeper in our deck if we would have held that upkeep stop, but you know, it is what it is. So let's see, block here, take 6. Wonder why he attacked. Okay, I guess. Maybe I could counter the draw effect? Yeah, we'll counter the draw effect. I could have otherwise just made the spirit into a 4/4, and then if I would have hit a land off the top, I could have made it into a 6/6 and drew a card, but it's fine. We didn't draw a land anyways, so it didn't matter. Alright, I think I have to activate this too. Alright, that's gonna be a difficult one. We're on 3 lands right now. It's gonna be a tough one. It's probably just gonna, yep, I was gonna say, it's probably just gonna do the same thing. Village, yep, there it goes. Speak of the devil. It's the same play. Well, you have to balance. We can't take 6. We'll go down to 5. That's just probably us dead if we're going down that low. Yep. Well, they missed their land too. I can cycle this for 1. I'm trying to see. So we have 23 lands left in the deck. We have a lot of snow cards we can hit. 48 cards. Half the deck is snow cards. Alright, I'm just gonna pass. I think we can make this into a 4/4, block a Skyclave Shade. We can even block with the Frost Augur here now, maybe. Since it's not really hitting us anything anymore. But the problem with the Skyclave, obviously blocking Skyclave Shade, is if they just drop a land, then it just comes back. But they missed a land last turn. They missed their land last turn. Could I go down to 5 is the question. Could I go down to... Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Ugh, no. Just gonna make this a 4/4. Forget it. Block this and go down to 5. What do you have? Like Bone Crusher? Oh, Village Rites. Wow, that's triple Village Rites. The trifecta. Now you get to bring Skyclave Shade out back for free. Oh, we brought Roast Shredder instead. Okay. Well, we would have hit if we used Frost Augur's effect, huh? Let's see. Nope. I think we're just dead anyways. I feel like they have claim to the firstborn regardless. I think we're just dead. Yep. Yep. All right. Okay, so we're playing against Rakdos. Missing lands hurt. All right, let's see. What do I want to bring in here? I think Essence Scatters, a couple of Mystical Subdues might be fine. Negate to stop their Village Rights, their claims. I could also just cut some of our creatures here so that way their claims become, less effective. There's a lot we could do here against Rakdos. Well, there's a lot of ways, I should say. There's a lot of things that can go around. So cut the spirit because it's just too mana intensive against what they can just do is steal it. Like I said, I think I want Essence Scatters, negates, or the claims and the Village Rights, and probably a Crown War. Do I want that one or do I want Mystical Subdue is the question. Mystical Subdues, bring in the scatters. Took away 6 of our creatures so that way their claims become a little less effective. Let's see if that's a we cut 6 of the 8 creatures and we still drew one on opening hand. There's only 2 left in the deck and we drew an opening hand, which I mean it's fine. I'll take it. But it's kind of funny. All right, we're just gonna pass. Hold up, Essence Scatter, Brazen, into the Royal, Frost Augur. I'd rather do the card advantage here. We're not countering that because it just could just come back. So let's just activate Frost Augur. Free card. Free card. So I was debating on foretelling one of them, but I think I'd rather hold up Essence Scatter slash Frost Augur or Brazen Augur. Okay, we definitely countering that. No, 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 no. Nice. Another one. Now we're hitting them. Now we're hitting them. We have a lot of things we could just hold up here. We're just going to pass. Keep seeing if I can keep hitting card advantage with Frost. I mean, I'm fine with taking damage, you know, here and there. I have to use my life as a resource. Do I want to activate this? The other thing I was debating on was, I was debating on just using Into the Royal with a kick, but so I think I'm gonna foretell this. That way I can still hold up, saw it coming, and or negate and augur, that's fine. Skyclave is fine. I wish it was I guess I'll keep that. Ooh, Epiphany. 5 lands. That's tough. So I'm pretty sure keep miss. I could foretell this Epiphany and hold up Counterspell, or even use Mystic Subdual. Subdual. I guess we'll give it a try. Land was a good one there. So foretell. Now we can hold up. What is it? Negate Royal or Mystical Negate Royal that blah blah blah. Saw it coming. We could do hold up a lot of things. Let's shrink this guy, and I'll just take one. I could block it, but then if he plays the land, it comes back as a 3/1. I'd rather just let it sit there as a 1/1 for a while. Taking one per turn is not going to do anything, and I have negate as a possible protection spell. I guess we have to into the royal that. Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Oh, no. Yeah. You ain't sacking my guy. So we were going to enter the royal this anyways, but now he used claim. Thank you. Yeah, you're not sacking my guy. Just go ahead and claim my guy and do nothing. Now we have Essence Scatter, Saw coming, negates. Scatter this. No, 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 opponent. No, 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 friend. Not today, my friend. I'll block this vessel. And then I just... Ugh. Okay, and then we just flush this in. Come on, snow cards. You were hitting early in the game. Where's my snowies? So trying to fill up the graveyard so you could bring Woe Strider back, but... So that way, I'm pretty sure he has... Okay, another Woe Strider. I have to counter this. I feel like he has claims and Akron Wars maybe in his hand. I don't want him to have anything where he can sack my creatures. Currently, like, he can't do anything about, you know what I mean? Like, if he has a bunch of claims in his hand, it's not going to do anything. Let's activate Aga. Let's got her. All right. So let's attack for 3 again. And we have Epiphany. We have Epiphany once we play the second Brazen Borrower. We could just like Epiphany and attack him. We could do this. I mean, he's hitting us for 1. We're hitting him for 3. I'm fine with that. It's a 1 for 3 trade. Yeah. No, no, no. Make sure I tap this colorless mana, though. That's Essence Scattered 100%. Activate. Sharky! I'm gonna flash to hit him for 6 because I have Epiphany. Okay, so play Epiphany. Attack for. Yep. And then attack for lethal. Alright. There it is, the Epiphany. Some flyers and epiphanies for the wind. Brought in some counter magic, cut some of our creatures. As long as we prevent them, because otherwise, he's going to have a bunch of claims and a Crown Wars that are going to be useless against us if we just don't give him the chance to do anything with those. We have 2 lands, Essence Scatter, some bounce, Foretells. All right. And I also don't like, yeah, see, that's another thing too. I don't really like mulling with a decent hand against the Rakdos deck because they have like Duresses, Cruxes, and stuff like that. He took my Behold. We drew Frostlager right after. That's funny. It's funny that, ooh, Snail Squatch. Thank you for the follow, Snail. Thank you. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully your matches are going well as well, and depending on what format you're playing, I'm assuming you're on standard because of the new set, but all right. So here's this Skyclave shade again, huh? What does he have? Oh, Bone Crusher. Okay. Yay! We hit a land. We hit a land. All right. All right. So we can cycle a shark if we want to block. Oh, he played his land first. So cycle a shark and block. Since he played the land first, he can't bring it back. I wonder why he played the land first. Okay. So it comes back. All right. Let's see. What can we do here? Should I think I'm just gonna hold up the kick into the Royals maybe, or Cycle Shark. We'll see. I can't really bounce this Bone Crusher because then I take 2 damage from it. But then I could force him to recast it, the thing. 7 damage. I could take 7, I guess. I'm technically at 17. And I feel like if I cycle Shark Typhoon, it's probably just gonna die. So let's just put this back to his hand at end step, draw a card. Okay, Brazen. Let's foretold this. Let's try to set up a turn to win the game. I'm taking 4, I guess. If I brazen it, I take 2, and then I guess I could recast it, but and then I could just brazen this. So I could bounce Skyclave Shade, and then next turn make a 4/4 with Shark Typhoon. Obviously, I would love to hard cast Shark Typhoon, but being at 6, that could be tough. Because especially if we take a turn off and just Shark Typhoon, he hits us for 4, and then if he has a Bone Crusher in his hand, he would win the game. So I think we just have to. I think we have to bounce this and cycle Shark and block the Bone Crusher. Okay, Essence Scatter. I could take the extra turn. Yeah, it's just gonna take the extra turn. Create 2/1/1s. So blockers. Let's create some blockers. I obviously wanted to have the Shark Typhoon in play, but we don't have time to do that. So now I can create a 5/5 to block the Bone Crusher instead of a 4/4. So and see, there's another Bone Crusher. So if I would have played Shark Typhoon, I would have just been dead. So he probably has like a claim to take one of our dudes. Yep, claim, sure. It's highlighting my other guy, so I'm assuming he's still in the other one too. Okay. Oh, Crown War. So we're taking one. That's fine. We're taking one. He's trying to go for lethal, but it's not going to work because I have Shark Typhoon. And even worst case scenario, I even have Faceless Haven that could have blocked. So we go to 3. That was a good draw. We get our 1/1 back. 6, 7, 8. Okay, Epiphany here. Attack for 5. And then attack with the 1/1 also. So let's create 2/1/1s. And then attack with both. He blocks the 1/1. He takes 5. Okay. Okay, hit him for 7. And scatters and into the Royal. Oh no! I had Faceless Haven for the win. Oh no. Could have animated the Faceless Haven. I was just thinking, I completely forgot about Faceless Haven. All right, we're just gonna kick this. Kick bounce our 5/5 so we don't lose. I mean, we weren't gonna lose anyways. We have Brazen Borrower, but because we could use Brazen to borrow the block. But all right, we have game then. Wow, we gave him an extra turn. All right, well, good game, opponent. Hey YouTube, welcome back. As you saw, this was a pretty fun deck to be playing with. Obviously, as I mentioned in the intro, I don't think this is obviously not a tier 1 deck. This is kind of a fun yet somewhat competitive deck. I can see it as like a tier 2 deck. If it's something you want to have fun with, this is definitely a deck to look into. It can easily win. As you saw, we just beat, Rakdos, we beat some green, black, some red. It can easily win matches, but it's not gonna take you, I would say, unless you get like really lucky or play the deck very well. I don't know if it'll get you to mythic, but outside of that, I can see this easily getting you to diamond and giving you wins in diamond, but I don't know. It depends. Obviously, Epiphany is a very strong card, and pairing that with Shark Typhoons and Brazens and Solid Cummings could easily just win you all the way through Mythic. As you saw those matches, it didn't really take much to beat my opponent. It took 2 creatures and some Epiphanies and just won the game that way. So it's a fun deck. It's a strong deck. I mean, you can easily change it. This is definitely customizable easily. You don't have to be running 4 Brazen Behold the Multiverses or the Graven Lords or whatever, but you don't even have to be running these creature package. So far from the games that I've been playing, these creature package here kind of slowing me down. You could bring it in from the sideboard, so that way your opponent will be under the assumption you have no creatures. But I mean, it's up to you. It's very customizable. You could change it to however you want. But as far as Shark Typhoon, Epiphany, you got to keep those at 4. I would say I wouldn't change that. Brazen Borrow has been MVP for the most part in this matchup. But other than that, the other stuff is very customizable. But anyways, before we get into the sideboard, if you haven't done so already, I appreciate all the people who have subscribed so far. It's helped me out a lot, and all the people who've also dropped comments in the comment section. Thank you for the feedback. It has improved my deck making, my sideboard guide, all that stuff. It's improved that, and I greatly appreciate that. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it, and thank you for everybody who has already done it. So, but let's get into the sideboard guide. So, I'm going to give you kind of a sideboard guide against like 4 archetypes, 4 decks, or whatever, and tell you how I do it. But every deck you sideboard against could be different. What I give you as a guide is not necessarily going to be correct for every deck. This is just a general guide for the archetype. You can customize it differently how you want. All right. So the first one is rogues. Of course, rogues is going to be around. And so against rogues, what I do is I add 2 scatters, 2 glimpse, 2 dispute. Obviously, scatter to counter their rogue creatures so they don't mill us. The glimpse gives us the escape mechanic so we can keep our graveyard low. And the dispute obviously is a cheap interaction counterspell. And what I don't like against them is 2 Into the Royals. This is pretty much a 2 mana bounce their creature back so they can just flash it back into play. So I do not like that. Frost Augur, it's a little slow. It's not really gonna do anything I want currently. I can even actually see all 4 of these actually cut. So we do 4 Frost Augurs and add also 2 negates here. So something like that instead. So you bring in, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you bring in 2 scatter, 2 glimpse, 2 disputes, 2 negates. And like I said, cut into the Royals because you bounce a Soaring Thought Thief or Gilded Force or whatever. They just flash it back in for 1 to 2 mana. This doesn't do anything. The Frost Augurs are very slow. They can't block anything efficiently unless you have no graveyard. Then you could block Thought Thief, I guess. Otherwise, it's not blocking anything, and spending a mana to look at the top card for maybe a land or something, it's not really going to do you anything. Whereas the Spirit can grow and overpower their creatures, so I would keep that. And you can hold it, do it during your opponent's turn, so you can either counter their card or grow it. And then I also take out Gravenlord because it's a 5 mana draw 3 that they're just going to counter. And obviously, like I said, escape, counter their creatures. Glimpse is to counter, escape your cards. Essence Scatters to counter their creatures. Dispute and Gaze to counter their spells. So that's what we do against rogues. Now, another deck you're going to probably play, this is, so I put aggro. The majority of aggro you're going to be playing against is probably going to be like red or maybe Boros. But I put aggro just so you can get a general sense. Red and Boros are kind of the same thing in a sense. They're both, I mean, obviously one is playing like Showdown and Scalds and one is not. So, but against aggro, what I bring in is I bring in 2 Essence Scatter, 1 Miss, 1 Mystical, 2 Arlios, and 1 Morphus. And what I take out is 4 Saw Cummings, 2 Graven Lore, and 1 Shark Typhoon. All right, so the scatters, obviously they're an aggro deck. They're just trying to beat you with creatures. You bring this in so you can counter their creatures. The 3 or the Mist and the Mystic, that is for the, so the Mist, -3 creature, Mystic is -2 the creature. So you bring those in so you reduce their creature's power so they can't hit you. The Alvz, this is there to create blockers. It'll create 2 blockers. So once one dies, then the other one can block. This is the 3 mana, create 2 blockers. And the same thing with the Morpheus. It's another way to make their creatures into an 0/1 and stuff like that. So bring those in. The Solid Coming is not great against aggro, so you definitely have to cut those. I would not leave those in against aggro. The Graven Lords, once again, they're not doing anything here. You don't want to keep that in against aggro. It's a 5 mana draw spell that's not going to do anything. So, like I said, you're not going to be countering much here, and this is not going to do. If you're spending 5 mana to draw 3 cards, you're probably already winning the game. If you're, and when you're behind, you're probably not playing this because you're behind. You can't spend 5 mana to draw cards. So that's what I do against aggro. Now, the next deck I'd say is control decks. Most likely this is going to be Sultai Control. That's the popular control deck currently in the meta. So when I put control, it's most likely Sultai Control, but you could play against other control decks. It's up to you. Depends on what you're playing against, I guess. But in general, this would be against Sultai. So what I bring in is I bring in one stroke, two negates, and two mystical dispute. So pretty much counterspells. Counterspell, counterspell, counterspell. And what I take out is two essence scatters. They don't really have creatures outside of, I guess, Yorion, maybe their only creature. And if they bring in Coma, you can't even counter Coma with essence scatter anyway, so it doesn't do anything. I cut two of the spirits because this card is very mana intensive, and if they know you have it in your deck game 1, they're going to keep the removal in game 2 and 3 anyways. So that's why I think the spirit guy is more better as a sideboard coming out of your sideboard into the main deck rather than it being in the main deck coming out of it. You know what I mean? So like if this was in the sideboard, I would bring in all 4 copies in against control because they see the deck and like, okay, he doesn't have any creatures. Let's remove these Heartless Acts, these eliminates. Then you bring in the spirit and you can just win the game off that. But if it's in your main deck already, they're going to keep in creature removal. That's why I'm cutting it. A few of them just because it's mana intensive. Whereas Frost Augur, I'm cutting 1 because it can still generate card advantage. So even though if they kill it, I might be able to hit maybe 2 lands or 2 snow cards or 3 snow cards with it already. So I'll generate card advantage against control. And that's why I only cut 1 of those and cut 2 spirits. This gives me card advantage. And against control, you want card advantage. And the Frost Augur can generally generate that much card advantage against a control deck, most likely, because we're both playing a pass-go deck. So that's what I bring in against control, and that's what I take out. Now, the last deck that you'll see is Rakdos. Rakdos obviously gained some cards like the Predator from this new set. That's a very powerful card for Rakdos. They definitely needed something like that. So you will see Rakdos. And then against Rakdos, and even if you saw in the match, I played up against a Rakdos right off the bat, like, so you will see it. And the way I beat that Rakdos deck is what I brought 2 Essence Scatters, 2 Negates, and I brought in 2 Mystical Subdual, and I took out 4 Spirits and 2 Augurs. So the Essence Scatters to counter their Woe Striders, their whatever Mire Tritons, their what is it, the Skyclave Shades, the Predators, whatever, all their creatures. Croxa is there to counter their creatures. So we'll have a total of 4 in the deck to counter their creatures. So we bring those in. The negate is there to counter like village rides. Obviously, we cut down our creatures a lot, but they're gonna keep in Claim and a Crown War in their deck anyways. But it's there to counter, Claim, Crown War, village rides, Timber of Calls. If they bring in like Duresses, Liliana, stuff like that, it's there to counter that. Since we're countering a lot of their creatures anyways, now that we have 4 Essence Scatters, we want the negates in there as well. And then the Mystic Subdual, that's there just to kind of, so it turns off their abilities. So you put this on like Woe Strider or something, or you put this on the Predator or whatever, they won't be able to sack their creatures anymore, and it reduces their creatures' power. So Woe Strider becomes a 1/2, and then the Predator becomes a 2/2 or 2/4 or whatever it is. But it's mainly there to turn off their creatures' effect and reduce their attack slightly. The big part is to turn off their creatures' effect, so they can't use their sack outlet stuff. And we take out the creatures. We take out 4 spirits, because it's mana intensive, and then they can just steal it with 1 mana with Claim to their firstborn and then sack it. So we make this into, say, like a 4/4. They'll use 1 mana to take it, attack, and then sack it. So it's not great. We take out 2 Augurs because we don't really care if they do end up stealing this and sacking this, because they only hit us for 1, but this is mainly going to generate us card advantage, and so that's why we keep 2 of them in. We also want to reduce our creature count just because we don't want them to have more active cards. Like Claiming a Crown War, we're trying to make it less effective against us, and so by removing 6 creatures, they most likely going to have it in their hand as a dead card. I mean, other than when we say cycle a Shark Typhoon, they can steal our Shark Typhoon token, or when we play Epiphany, they can take our 1/1. As you saw in that game against the Rakdos deck, he did both a Crown War and Claim against our 1/1s. If we had no other creatures in play, he had those cards in his hand as a dead card, and so he used it just so he can take our 1/1s and try to attack, So that's what we're trying to do against them. We're trying to make it so some of their cards after sideboards become useless. And that's what we do by taking those creatures out and bringing Essence Scatters, Negates, and the Mystic Subduals. So that's how I sideboard against Rakdos. There's obviously other decks, but like I said, this deck is more of a fun tier 2 deck. It's definitely powerful. It could do strong things, but as far as it taking you to Mythic and like crushing it in Mythic, personally I don't see it there. But if you want to have fun with a blue snow deck, this is definitely the deck. So, but yep, that's the way I sideboard. Thanks for watching. Of course, remember, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks.